do. Hi. Hello. Yeah, happy early birthday to him. He has to work late tomorrow. Doesn't that suck? his his birthday and he's got to work late. I feel bad for him, but whatever. It is what it is. Hello everyone. Hi. I've been away for a hot minute. I got sick and then had a rough few days after getting sick. Uh, Yesterday, I wasn't going to stream yesterday anyway, but yesterday, so I wake up and I go into the kitchen and the freezer door is just wide open and God only knows how long it's been open. And I'm like, why is the freezer open? And then I go check all our frozen food and it has melted. And there is a bag of chicken nuggets just torn open and strewn across the interior of the freezer. Um, and many nuggets were eaten. So my cats ate all my frozen food, and we had to put child safety locks on the freezer. So yeah, that's how my last few days went. Headache, vertigo, and the cats ate all my frozen food. But okay, I'm here. I'm ready to go. Mostly. We're playing a game I have not played before. It's called The Case of the Golden Idol. It was given to me by Sheena, my buddy Sheena Hexen. She shows up sometimes. Yeah, she got it for me as a gift and Super Idol. And I thought, you know what? Let's play this because I was enjoying Oberdin, but Oberdin was like surprisingly dark, I guess. And I think this is a little less dark, a little more whimsical, if you will. Oh, do I want to play Case of the Golden Idol or do I want to play Case of the Golden Idol Redux? What's the difference? Uh, Introduces a number of new features that make it a smoother experience overall. Okay, so we're going to do the Redux version then because this has features that make it a smoother experience overall, it says. All right, let me get the game up and running here. Doot, doot, doot. Smoother. Yeah, we hope. I appreciate smoothing. All right, so here we go. Please let me know how the audio is and if it needs to be adjusted. So we have The Case of the Golden Idol, Golden Idol Mysteries, The Spider of Lanka, and Idol, I can word, Mysteries of the Lemurian Vampire. Oh, this sounds like a blast. Just checking. Okay. So I'm assuming that we should be playing The Case of the Golden Idol first. Ah, we've got chapters. Oh, I love the art style. This is fun. Chapter 1, Complications in the Family. Prologue, an abrupt termination of contract. Okay, so study the environment to infer what has happened. Important information gathered from documents. This is gonna be one of those games where I'm reading a lot. I can feel it in my bones. Good thing I've got this gigantic bottle of Propel water here for my hydrates. Got a giant 1-liter bottle. Gather phrases from evidence and documents. Assign gathered phrases to the correct slots in the thinking panels. I could use some thinking panels. Complete the scroll to finish the scenario. Filling additional panels is optional, but will help you solve the main scroll. Take your time to study the environment carefully. Focus on the evidence before you. Even when facing great challenges, there's no need for guesswork. Joke's on you! I can guesswork literally anything. Oh, and I can access hints if I get stuck. Good. Okay. So here's our scene. I knew what you were plotting, you snake. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. January 5th, 1742. Both parties agree to these terms for the expedition to Monkey Paw Island. Albert Cloudsley has rights to 2/3 of all valuables for funding the expedition. Oberon Geller, no relation to Ross, I guess, and Monica, has rights to 1/3 of all valuables and any golden statues found for providing the map to the expedition's site. Dr. Oberon Geller and Esquire Albert Cloudsley. Oh, I see. I gotta click all these things and send them to my thinking panel down here. Okay. It's a knife! What do you have there? A knife! And a pipe. Okay, so what I have to do is figure out who pushed whom from a cliff in the something of something on Monkey Paw Island. This clue has also been added to the thinking panel. Ah! Ah, he says. So we've got the Horn of Finger, the Horn of Thumbs, the Ruin of Xenopolis, and the Bay of Shadows. So this is a map of the island, I'm assuming. We've got all 11 phrases handled now. Okay, so we have to figure out who's the pusher, who's the pushee, and where we are right now. The what of whatever. Got it. We have a scalpel. Okay. Okay, one of them was a doctor. One of them was a doctor. Okay, so this guy is probably the doctor. Dr. Oberon Geller. And this guy up top doing the pushing, the pusher, not the pushee, is presumably Albert Cloudsley Esquire, which means, like, lawyer or something. What are you doing, Valentine? Valentine, what are you doing? Cat aggro. Stretch, you got it, Zeno. Oh, my God. Ugh. Ugh. I've been sitting hunched for, like, the last 3 hours. I should have stretched before stream. I did not do that. Alright, click all the things to make sure I have everything. And a medicine bottle. Okay, so this guy has a scalpel and a medicine bottle. He is presumably a doctor. But what do we have up here? A tobacco pouch and a pipe cleaner. When you mentioned you being fake, you realize you weren't following me. Hey, you know what? It's fine. It's nice to have people following, but honestly, I mean, even if you just come and, like, lurk in the background and put me on while you clean your house, I am perfectly happy with that. Excuse me while I have a sippy. It's like I've said before, I do it to multiple streamers and content creators who I really respect, so I have no problems with other people doing it. Ooh, 2 bags filled with coins and gems. Bags of medical instruments and some medicine. And a golden statue with a red stone and a bag filled with coins and gems. Okay, so this guy is the doctor. I think we can assume that. This guy is the physician, and this guy is the esquire. So, who were they again? Okay, Oberon Geller is the doctor. Aha! Oh, nice. It tells you when you've got it right. I do love that for me. So we've got the identities down. Now I just need to figure out who has... like, where the hell they are. Okay, so this is technically optional. But... no, I don't think it's all guessing. Like, I think you can kind of figure out that because one of them said he was a doctor in the contract, then the guy with the medical stuff is probably the doctor. Also, looking at this picture here of the location, I'm thinking... because you see, over here by the Horn of Thumb, we have two islands in the background. We got this one and this one. And over here we have this island and this island. So I think this is probably going to be like Oberdin, where I was able to figure out the first three identities like lickety-split and then the rest were just a nightmare. But, you know, it's fine. Witch Doctor! Yes! We've got a Witch Doctor. So I think this is Horn of Thumb. Aha! Ah! I love being right. So now I have everything I need to fill in the story. I know that Albert Cloudsley pushed Oberon Geller off a cliff in the Horn of Thumb on Monkey Paw Island. Yay! While Dr. Oberon Geller was surveying the poor weather with his looking glass, his expedition partner Albert Cloudsley Esquire suddenly pushed him off the cliff. Well then, I have finished the first scene. Delightful. Alright. Okay, we're going places with this game. We're going places. I'm liking it. Oh, let me just take another sip of my water here real quick. Oh. I'm gonna be doing so much reading aloud. So much talking! Okay. The untimely passing of a rural gentleman. Okay, yeah, there's a lot more stuff to investigate in this one. Our scroll says, blankety blank, Lord of Blank, passed away in his bed. The cause of death was a blank blank, which occurred when he fell from a blank while he was blank. So let's see what we can figure out. Hey, it's the Golden Idol. I mean, the game is called Curse of the Golden Idol, so I mean, one would assume that the Golden Idol is cursed. So this is a clue. This appears to be a jacket. Yeah, you would think if the game's called Curse of the Golden Idol is going to be cursed. So this is a jacket. There's something in it here. I don't know what that would be. But it's dirty and spattered. Now there are two things running by that he could have... There are two things out the window here. I'm gesturing with my hands, like you can see my hands. Why am I doing that? There are two things out the window here. Let's gesture with the mouse instead. That he could have fallen from. Looks like there's a horse running by and a boat. There's a horse running in the yard, so we've got the word horse. And there's a yacht in the river. Interesting. So horse is in here in the word bank, but not yacht. Interesting. No, I don't know enough yet. We're not going to do that. Spontaneous combustion. I, Sebastian Cloudsley, will share my humble contribution to the science of anatomy and chemistry. Listen, I don't have a lot of fears, but spontaneous human combustion scares the shit out of me. August 22nd. You're being a wingman for 2 people and it's going so well. That is awesome. Great job. I'm the worst wingman. Wing person? I've never been good at it. I'm glad it's going well, though. August 22nd, 1786. Noon. Woke up. A beautiful day. Oh, to be a rich lord. 12:30. Washed and dressed in my dining attire. 1400. Yeah, 1400. Had a beautiful roast duck for lunch. 1600. Changed into my hunting attire. Your biggest fear is claustrophobic or the deep water? Thalassophobia. Yeah. Thalassophobia. I know, yeah. What's going on back there? Oh. If you hear digging, that's just, Maury in his litter box digging a hole to frickin' China. Rode to hunt badgers. Had no luck today and returned home. 1800 changed to my researching attire. 1900 changed to my dining attire. Why not just keep your dining attire? I don't know, man. Yeah, your cats just dig a hole to China? Yeah, like, Miles is the worst offender. He'll, like, scratch at the walls, at anything near the litter box, but he won't actually bury it. He'll just scratch around it, and he'll do it for, like, 10 minutes. Yeah, their box was literally just scooped, like, 12 hours ago. And yet, here they are. 22:30. Filled in my diary and went to bed to continue reading for research. Okay. So I think we can probably assume this is Sebastian Cloudsley. This man is not breathing. His head is badly wounded. And there's a ruby ring over here. Interesting. Okay, so presumably this is his research attire, and this would be his fancy dining attire. Or perhaps that's his hunting attire. Maybe. Unsure. Yeah, I'm looking at what he has in his pocket here, and I don't know if that's anything used for hunting, but... I believe this is Sebastian Cloudsley. Yes! Okay. So we know that this man right here, the dead man, is Lord Sebastian Cloudsley, so we can fill that in now. Sebastian Cloudsley, Lord of something, passed away in his bed. The cause of death was a something which occurred when he fell from a something while he was something. So here are some places here. We have Woodshire, Crowtowner, and Blackfield. Okay, so this looks a bit like whatever he had in his pocket. Or maybe it's the idol. And this place is the only place that has water nearby. Blackfield is the only one with water for there to be a yacht floating outside the window. Woodshire and Crowtower do not have those two things. So I think it's safe to say this is Lord of Blackfield. Oh, here's a painting of some guy. Oh, this must be Sebastian in his dining attire. Okay, so this would be his dining attire. This is presumably his researching attire. And that's his hunting attire. 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. Okay, so this is his dining attire, because he's literally eating in the picture. Perhaps this is his hunting attire. This is his researching attire. No? Maybe there are other options as well. It is August 23rd. A tall, rickety ladder. Henry Clover, lead poisoning. Okay, so we've looked at everything there is to look at. I'm guessing since he has a nasty head wound, he died falling off the ladder because he said he was going to read before bed, and there's a book kind of partially pulled up there. So he died from a head wound, which occurred when he fell from a ladder while he was researching. No? I'm gonna need a hint. Alright. So you've got dining, hunting, and researching. Okay, no. So that's not right. This is clearly his dining attire because he's eating in the picture. And I'm pretty sure in his journal he said he was researching before bed. And this one's messy and covered in dirt, so you would think it would be the hunting attire, but... Alright, give me a hint. Getting stuck and working through to find a solution is at the heart of this game. Before you resort to the hints, we suggest you bear in mind the following. Alright, fine. I will not use hints. There we go. Just had to switch those two. So he died in his hunting attire, which is interesting. Dining, researching, and hunting. Okay, so he died in his hunting attire. Let me read his journal again real quick. So he rode his horse to hunt badgers. If he rode his horse to hunt badgers, then perhaps he fell from his horse while he was hunting. Aha! Got it! I got it. I figured it out because he was wearing his hunting attire, so therefore he must have died while hunting, and it said he rode while he hunted, so he must have fallen from his horse. While the Lord of Blackfield was hunting, his horse threw him off and he suffered a deadly wound to the head. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I didn't even use any hints. Hell yeah. Oh. Interesting. We got a little comic going. So now, part 3. Complications in the family. The dramatic departure of an outsider. Hang on, let me go back real quick to the scenario selection here, because... Okay, so, this is called Something's Wrong with the Family. We had Albert Cloudsley Esquire, who was pushed off a cliff, who pushed Oberon Geller off the cliff so he could get the golden idol. Then we had this guy. Lord Blackfield, Sebastian Cloudsley, who presumably is related. Complications in the family. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. We're dealing with some fucked up stuff happening to a family. The dramatic departure of an outsider. Is this spontaneous human combustion? Because here we go. It's like that one meme where it's like no fear. The guy's wearing a shirt that says no fear, and then like something happens, and then he's wearing a shirt that says one fear. Yeah, that's me right now. Spontaneous human combustion, one fear. Excuse me while I take a sip. Alright, so we got 26 things to find in this scene. Spare me, devil! I was simply following orders! Astonishing Monkey Man, property of Pear Brothers. And a knife! A scorched horsebrush. And a scorched knife. What the blazes? August Jockey Club Derby. Race 3. Win Raging Sultan. And the wager was £35. That's England money. Now, if it's all the same to you, I will take my leave. And then this guy has £1, 2 shillings, and 2 pence. So he clearly didn't win if he only has £1, 2 shillings, and 2 pence. Spontaneous combustion. Oh, fuck me. Here we go. Alright. To perform a combustion trick, you must first cast a freezing spell. The sacred glyphs for combustion on the idol are that thing, and this thing here. A ring with a ruby. We saw a ring with a ruby in the Lord's bedroom. And here's the golden idol. Interesting. So the golden idol has powers. And when you set the runes to the right ones, which is what we have here, you get spontaneous human combustion. Interesting. So it looks like this dude here made this other guy spontaneously combust using the golden idol. This is wild. I love this game already. Interesting. We have Ash Blair's Finest Tobacco. A saddlebag. Prepare the carriage for tomorrow. We are to visit my nephew, E.C. 2 shillings and a penny. And another frickin' knife. Stable rota for Adam and James. Okay. Horse grooming and stable cleaning. We have Adam and James here. So, the guy who exploded was holding a horse brush. So presumably he was doing horse grooming. So we need to look at which day of the week it is to figure out whether it was Adam or James. What an unexpected turn of events! We have an embroidered handkerchief labeled EC. £3 and 3 shillings. Dear Edmund. I assume that man is Edmund. EC. It has reached my attention that you are seeking a capable new servant. I have just the man for you. David Gorin is an experienced coachman with a diverse set of talents that I am sure you will find very useful. If you are displeased with his services, do not hesitate to let me know. Yours, Theo. So we have the name of the coachman, David Gorin. I'm guessing. Aha! Okay. So it is Monday. Monday, September 7th, 1786. So we can look at that chart to see who was grooming the horses on Monday and figure out who was just set on fire. Also, we seem to have this man's name now. Edmund Cloudsley. Hey, Sheena, I'm playing the game you got me! I love it so far. This is delightfully bizarre. That was you? You were spontaneously combusting people, Zeno? For shame. For shame! And of course, this guy also has a knife. Everyone in this scene has a goddamn knife. Even the burning guy has a knife. Alright, so I think we can establish that this fellow here, because he has an embroidered handkerchief that says EC, would be Edmund Cloudsley. You were bored? I don't think that flies as an excuse. And we also said we could determine the name of this guy, the horse groomer, because he's got a horse brush on him, by looking at who was grooming the horses on Mondays. Monday, so presumably the man on fire is James. I don't know what his last name would be. Also, this fellow here. Prepare the carriage for tomorrow. We are to visit my nephew. So this is the carriage driver, whose name we found is David Gorin. Okay, so we've kind of tentatively identified a few of these people. So we're coming along. We're coming along. Ugh, excuse me while I stretch a bit. Oh, man. Oof. Oof. This is all my own doing, you know. I was hunched over my PC and my desk for like the last 5 hours. Between gaming and doing some stuff with my nails, I literally just, yeah. Great work, me, right? Okay. So we have this symbol. Who drew this? It's just like looks like a 5-year-old drew it, and you just like put it up over your wall, over the door in your fancy English manner. Insane. Oh, we can go inside! There's more to see and more people. Fat Lord Pear Twins. Ah! Okay, so Adam and James are the Pear Twins. Okay, so now we have an identity on this guy. This would be James Pear. Batley, Cloudsley, and Cubert. So this stupid-ass coat of arms here is for the Batley residence. Blank blank was blank to receive blank in blank blank's will, and ordered the blank blank and blank blank to take the blank from blank blank. Suddenly blank blank died from blank blank. So I think we can guess a few things here. Spontaneous combustion, for one thing, and that's James Pear. And the thing that was being taken, I'm sure, is the idol. Because that thing is apparently a big deal. My apologies, he can be so bad here sometimes. 4 pounds. I love doing stupid voices, it's fun. 6 rings with various stones. Shamal Bat Simhansa Batisi. If I am mispronouncing shit, please know that A, I am very stupid, and B, I am extremely white, and C, I am doing my best. A fan. An ornamented Qatar blade. This lady is, I'm getting cultural appropriation energy off of her. Nicholas Maker, attorney. I'm guessing this fellow here is Nicholas Maker. Yes, I would not have expected one of your family to treat a legal document in such a way. I am appalled. We've got a ring with a ruby, 2 shillings 3 pence, and a reading of the last will and testament of Sebastian Cloudsley. So, Sebastian Cloudsley is the guy who died in the last panel. We've got Edmund, the oldest, Rose Cubert, who is married, and I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say cultural appropriation lady is probably Rose Cubert, because she's literally the only woman here. Willard Wright, associate, and Peter Batley, who... yeah, Beatrix Batley is not actually provided. Her name is not something we can select. So that means we can eliminate her from the list of potential suspects. Oh, also, she's got the cross next to her, which means she's dead. So these are the ones who are alive. So this right here is Rose... What did we say her name was? Rose Kubert. So that's Rose Kubert, and this is Nicholas Maker, the attorney. Alright. So we've identified a bunch of people here. I don't know about the rest of them. Go patrol. Enjoy. Be safe. Stay warm. I don't know. Is it cold up there? I don't know. Whatever the case, be safe. Thanks for stopping by, Zeno. I really do appreciate it. Aphorisms by Sebastian Cloudsley. How to be happy. Eat a hearty meal every day and do not waste your time on trivialities. How to avoid being upset. Strive for that which holds meaning and do not shrink from responsibility. Do not wrestle the alpha wolf and become the new leader of the pack. On the one hand, I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of fanfics start. On the other hand, I'm also pretty sure that's how a lot of missing persons reports start. Take care, Zeno. How to be inspired. I hope you all like my shitty rich man voice. Take a walk in your forest and breathe the fresh air. How to avoid being scared. Feeling scared is a weakness. Be strong instead. This man sounds like an asshole. Alright, we got some torn up bits and bobs of paper here. Dear Willard Wright and Dear Rose Kubert. We met so early after you left for blah blah blah. Bequeath to you blah blah blah. Okay, interesting. So we have to figure out who this letter was addressed to. I want you to put your sharp mind to better use than mere politics. Therefore, I bequeath to you the notes from the research I have undertaken on astronomy. I grant you leave to finish and publish it under our names. I, Sebastian Cloudley of Blackfield County, being in bodily health and sound of mind, and memory of nominate and appoint Nicholas Maker as executor of my last will and testament. Okay, so Nicholas Maker is the attorney. We got that. Was to receive something in Sebastian Cloudsley's will, and ordered blank 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 from blank blank. James Pear died from spontaneous combustion. Okay, so we know that Sebastian Cloudsley is the one whose will we're here reading. Bequeath to you the golden Xenopolis, you will know... The golden idol of Xenopolis, you will know what to do with it. Okay, so one of these people was gifted the golden idol. And the other person was not happy about it. We just need to figure out who. My late sister, your mother, disclosed financial troubles to me long ago, and I resolved to help you. I bequeath you a compilation of my aphorisms to provide the direction in your life which you so clearly lack. Wow! Wow! Okay. My late sister, your mother. So whoever's mother was Sebastian's sister is the one who got the stupid book. My late sister, your mother. Let me look at that real quick. So his sister was Beatrix Batley. Late sister is Beatrix Batley. And Peter Batley would be the one who got the stupid book. So Peter Batley got the stupid book. Just gonna wrestle the wolf. Wrestle the wolf. You can do it, it's fine. Alright, so Peter Batley got a stupid book of aphorisms from his insanely rich lord uncle. I would be pissed off too. So I'm going to take a guess here and say he was upset to receive aphorisms in Sebastian Cloudsley's will. And that would be... who did we say that was? Peter Batley. So Peter Batley was upset to receive aphorisms in Sebastian Cloudsley's will and ordered blank blank and blank blank to take the idol from blank blank. Suddenly, James Pear died from spontaneous combustion. Alright, there's still more to look at over here. August Jockey Club Derby, race 6, spinning Jenny, wager 50 pounds. Horses. Dear Peter Batley, I'm assuming this should say we. Once again, I am begging indie developers to hire me to proofread, like, literally all of their writing. I will do it for dirt cheap. Please, hire me as a proofreader. I'm begging you. You can pay me minimum wage. It's fine. We have sent you frequent reminders concerning the settlement of your debt, and yet to date the debt remains unpaid. We humbly request that you make your payments as soon as possible, or we will be forced to take the matter into our own hands. The debt currently stands at £255, Blackguard and Buck loans. So it sounds like Peter Batley here, who got nothing but a stupid book of aphorisms from his uncle, seems to have a gambling problem. The question is, who got the golden idol? This fellow, apparently. Well, this is Peter Batley, I think, because he's holding the golden idol. And he's the one who made something spontaneously combust. So I'm going to take a guess and say this guy here is Peter Batley. Excuse me. Gosh, I'm just belching all over the place here today. Not even drinking anything carbonated. So who's this guy? I was simply following orders. Okay. So this book is property of the Pear brothers. So, we know that James Pear seems to be the one who spontaneously combusted, because he was the one with the horse brush, and it was his job to groom the horses that day. Therefore, this is presumably his brother, Adam Pear. Based on this picture here, Pear twins. And what else did we see that would... Adam and James, the Pear twins. Okay. So this is probably Adam Pear. So then who's this asshole? What the blazes? So we identified Edmund Cloudsley, Rose Kubert, and Peter Batley, so presumably that's Willard Wright, the associate. Let's see if I'm right. Nope. And perhaps this is Edmund Cloudsy, and that's Willard Wright. No. Alright, so let's take the names that I am 100% sure of, that I'm not 100% sure of, out. So James is the one on fire. I'm sure that's Adam Pear. David Gorin has to be him because he's a stable master and he was holding the note about when the stables were to be set up. This has to be Rose Kubert because it's literally the only woman. And this is Nicholas Maker because he's the one doing the attorney shit. Presumably this is Peter Batley. But I'm kind of assuming that. Okay, here's a thought. So this lady is clearly into vaguely culturally appropriative Orientalism. I would assume that perhaps he left the golden idol to her. So let's see. So I think the Pear twins were the ones ordered to take the idol. To take the idol from Rose Kubert. Okay, I'm getting closer. 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. Ah! Okay, so the idol was taken from this guy here. Presumably his associate, Willard Wright. Which would make this fellow Edmund Cloudsley, as I suspected already. But the identities are not filled in correctly. Still, I think I'm right on this. I got it! I got it! Peter Batley, encumbered by his gambling debts, had placed high hopes on his uncle's testament. Upon discovering he had inherited nothing but a book of aphorisms, he tore up the will and ordered his servants to take the golden statue from the stranger Willard. Suddenly, one of the servants burst into flames. So, these all seem to be correct up top. I'm not sure who I have incorrect here. Okay, so these two are not correct. So this is Peter Batley, the horse guy. I should have known he had the gambling thing. The horse thing, right. And here's Willard Wright, who set everything on fire. Got it. So let's see if I can figure out who all these letters were sent to. So Willard Wright definitely got the golden idol. Rose Cubert got the house, maybe? I don't know who left for the colonies. And I don't know who got the astronomy notes. Perhaps Edmund Cloudsley. Oh, I got it! I got it! So Rose Cubert got the house and savings and land to establish a museum of his life and accomplishments. What an asshole. What a massive asshole this guy was. I'm not even sorry he fell off his horse. Edmund Cloudsley, a politician. Yeah, this man deserved to fall off his horse, Danny. He deserved it. Edmund Cloudsley was a politician who was given the notes from astronomy research and granted leave to finish and publish it under both their names, which presumably would get them money. I love this game. This is so much fun. That's... I don't know. That's still kind of a shitty gift. And then Willard Wright got the Golden Idol. And then Peter Batley got a book of shitty wisdom. All right. So we've got that. We have all 3 scenes in Chapter 1 done. We did it, friends! By the way, this game has a sequel, I discovered. So, if I'm enjoying it, and so far I am, I will probably get the sequel and play that on stream as well. Chapter 2. The Cursed Inheritance. I mean, yeah, it's pretty fucking cursed. The Murder at the Little Mermaid. I didn't realize Ariel was going to be a part of this. An empty bed, not warm. Here are some blue flowers. There's a trapdoor in the ceiling. Someone's outside the window. Why did that bugger give me a note when he knows damn well I can't read? Hope you appreciate all my voices today. An old rusty hat of shears. A piece of stale bread. And a note that he can't read. You can lie low for a couple of days in the old oarsman's place down at the docks. Okay, cool. Here's a door that doesn't open. Okay, that arrow tells me I can go down, but I want to explore the upstairs first. And another door that does not open. Revenge! R.R. is written in blood on the wall. Here is, that looks like dandelions. Yeah, with the serrated leaves. I never thought my ability to identify dandelions by their leaves would come in handy in a video game, but here we are. There's another trapdoor in the ceiling. And here's the dead guy. A ring with a ruby. We have seen this so far in every scene since the death of Lord Sebastian. A walking cane. And a dead guy. Killed a man with a cane? Rude. To my dear Maurice. So presumably the dead guy's name is Maurice. And the watch is still ticking. A music box. Lovely. A washing bowl filled with slightly bloody water. So someone washed up. Dear proud beast master. I have attended our departed brother's send-off and accepted the keepsake that he bestowed upon our brotherhood in this will. I shall send this letter tomorrow, September 10th. I hope it will reach you without delay. Oh, he might not be Maurice. The watch might be meant for Maurice. Already it is midnight. I will retire to bed, for this has been a long day. May Griffin awaken, proud beast initiate. Ah, yeah, we've got cults, baby! Who doesn't love a good cult? And then there's this guy. Shards of glass lie in the mud. Alarm! Alarm! A break-in! The watchman's alarm rattle says his name is Henry Parker. So I'm going to just take a shot in the dark here and say this man right here would be, in fact, Henry Parker. I mean, that's as good as the guy having a name tag. He's got a lantern and a sphere. Wait. Watchman's Eantern. I am begging you, indie developers, please hire me to proofread. I will proofread your typos for minimum wage. Hell, I will proofread your typos for lunch. Like, seriously. I'm a broke bitch who's good at words. Alright, so we can assume that this man right here is Henry Parker. And we know this because his rattle literally said Henry Parker. So the scroll says this. Blank blank got into blank blank's room through the blank, while blank blank and blank blank and blank blank were playing cards with loud music. Oh no, they can't hear the scuffle, they have their AirPods in. A fight ensued upstairs and blank blank got stabbed with a blank. So this guy was told to lay low at the oarsman's place at the docks. And his implement was a rusty half of shears. So I'm pretty sure this dude got killed with a piece with shears. Because that seems to be probably the murderer. But I will keep it in mind that this may not be the whole story. After all, we still have to go downstairs. Oh shit! It's a party down here, man! Hell yeah! Look at that fucked up fake mermaid skeleton. I love it. Sailors used to make shit like that and sell it as actual mermaid skeletons to, like, stupid people on land. Love this shit. The Little Mermaid Inn. Amazing Evans musical performance on September 9th. Event shall commence circa 11 p.m. Alright, so this guy's first name is Evans. Or Evan. Oh, mother, forgive me. I will never gamble with something so dear again. We've got his violin, a folding blade, and a key. So this fellow's last name is Evans, or possibly his first name. Wanted. Robert Redruth. Escaped convict. Reward £58. Wait, is that... Yeah! That looks like this dude. Robert Redruth. Tab. Green, Brige, and Blair. I don't know what that would mean. Oh, these are probably the three people playing cards. Green, Brige, and Blair. Dandelion Room. Willard Wright. One night. And the Forget-Me-Not Room. Ash Blair. One night. Okay. The dead man is Willard Wright. He was in the Dandelion Room. And it stands to reason because, you know, he's the one who had the idol. And the idol is cursed. So Willard Wright presumably got stabbed with shears. Because Willard Wright was in the Dandelion Room. A door to the street is shut with a latch. Just steal the next one. It's all luck anyway. Remember, as an agent of our trading company, you have to reflect his values to the fullest. Never be late. The client leaves the port on the 10th. Be persuasive. Do not take no for an answer. We must get the client's product. Be effective. Once you have the product, deliver it to me immediately with the servant boy. Most importantly, no matter what you do, be mindful of our reputation. Our names must remain spotless. A key. A room key, perhaps. A hand of cards. 3 shillings, 2 pence. And a dagger. This music slaps. Getting down with the colonial jams. Cards? Winnings and losings? Am I gonna have to do math? Please don't make me do math. But Willard Wright, it looks like, was playing cards up here. Gonna take a shot here and say this is Willard Wright who was killed. Be calm, John. He was a perfect gentleman, and he bought me a drink and then retired upstairs. A handful of cards, 2 shillings and 4 pence, a key. To Annie. You are beautiful like a rose. For you I will take any blows. Annie, you are like a glass of wine. Your hair is very fine. I will find gold in a mine, if that makes you forever mine. Your piglet, full of love. Your piglet? What is happening here? And who let this person write poetry? Alright, so this is Annie. We've got that part established. Oh, and she also has a stiletto blade. Okay. Tell me, what does that man have that I lack? Hand of cards, a small sword, 7 pence, and a key. Okay, so Willard Wright was obviously the one in the middle. We have AG and AB. We have an Annie. A Green, a Brige, and a Blair. So there's an AG and an AB. So A is either Brige or Blair. Unsure. Where did that blasted boy go? I really need a piss. Dear Oscar Boynton. I'm assuming that is Oscar Boynton. It has come to our attention that the good owner of the Little Mermaid offers services to those who want to transfer products that are less agreeable to the authorities. I will come by in 3 days. If you still have some spare space in your gin barrels and are willing to earn extra money, reach out to me. A knife, keys, and a partially peeled lemon. So this is Oscar Boynton. Question is, who are the rest of these assholes? This fellow must be John, because he's the one being butthurt about everything, so presumably that's John. Do not know the rest of these people. However, I can tell you that Robert Redruth got into Willard Wright's room through the trapdoor. Oh no, through the window! Because there's a busted window. We caught that part. While these 3 assholes were playing cards with loud music. M.E. must be Evans, because that's the only last name we have. Maurice Evans, perhaps? M.E. Maurice Evans. To my dear Maurice. Hang on. So this guy Is Willard right? I was hoping maybe if I saw a picture of him, it would help. Yeah, I guess that looks like him. I mean, sure. Thanks for stopping by, Sheena. I really appreciate it. Godspeed to you. Have a good one. Yeah, I will upload this probably later tonight on my Discord and on the YouTubes. So whoever was in this room, in the Forget-Me-Not room, because these are Forget-Me-Nots, was... Bye! RR. Revenge. Why do I strongly suspect that Robert Redruth is actually, like, not the guilty party? I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here. Annie Green. AG, Annie Green. Okay, so then this must be Annie Green. And then this asshole is... Bridge and Blair. Annie's been cleaning everybody's clock is what's been going on here. Look at her. She's absolutely slaughtering everybody in cards. I like her. There are incorrectly filled in slots. Alright, show me which ones are incorrect. Ah, okay. So John Bridge and Ash Blair. Got it. Okay. So we can identify some of these people now. We have John Bridge and Ash Blair. And presumably this is Maurice Evans. Alright, so we've identified everybody. Fantastic. Alright. Now we just gotta solve the whole thing. While Ash, Bridge, and... Where's the name John? I feel like that has disappeared. That's Ash Blair. Well, Ash Blair, John, Bridge, and... Once again, names have disappeared. There we go. Annie Green. No, not correct. You know what? I don't think Robert Redruth did it at all. Hear me out. Robert Redruth was framed. They framed the escaped convict. Convenient and easy to pin it on. I bet the real culprit... Oh, mother, forgive me. Comma, period. For the love of God, please hire me to edit. Oh, mother, forgive me. I will never gamble with something so dear to me again. His pocket watch was upstairs with the dead man. To my dear Maurice. Maurice Evans did it. No? Ah, so he got stabbed with a folding blade. No. Okay. So, here's what is incorrect. Blank got into Willard Wright's room through the blank while... So presumably it's through the trapdoor then if they didn't get in through the window. Aha! The clue was that Maurice Evans was playing cards. Because he did play around with Willard Wright. And he lost his pocket watch to Willard Wright. So he was playing cards. Maybe it's Oscar Boynton. Hold up, no, an Oscar Boynton and Annie Green were playing cards without music. Okay, yeah, it has to be Oscar. Because, yeah. So then, who got in through the trapdoor? That doesn't make any sense. It must be through the window. No, the trapdoor. Did Robert Redruth get in through the trapdoor? And stab him with the shears? Okay. This is a tough one. I wonder. Perhaps it was Henry Parker. Maybe he framed the guy and sounded the alarm. Henry Parker got into Willard Wright's room through the trapdoor. Stabbed him with a spear. I'm really fucking trying to come up with ideas here. Annie Green, John Breege, and Oscar Boynton were the ones playing. Ugh! Okay, so Oscar Boynton is the other one who was playing. But it's not Henry Parker. Maybe Ash Blair did it. Ash Blair. Oh, he's an agent of a trading company. I see now. I see now. I see what's going on here. Be persuasive. Do not take no for an answer, huh, Ash Blair? Okay. Yep. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Excuse me. Let me take a quick drink here. And then I will read this aloud for everyone who's just listening. I'm sure there are some of you, and I don't fault you for it at all. A man going by the name of Ash Blair crept into Willard's room through the trapdoor to steal something important. But when he opened up the music box, it woke up Willard, and a fight ensued. In the fracas... Oh, but I love that word, fracas. In the fracas, Ash stabbed Willard and attempted to frame an escaped convict. Good morning, innkeeper. I heard a man was murdered here a week ago. A deranged convict did him in. Now bugger off! Tell me more about the evening when Willard Wright died. I will make it worth your while. Note that red ring. That red ruby ring. We have, seen rings on everyone who's dead so far, and we have also seen references to an Order of the Proud Griffin or something like that, which seems very culty. So I'm going to guess that's what we got. That's probably a symbol of the cult. The intoxicating dinner party. Who doesn't love a good dinner party? These sure are fine coats. An expensive cigar. Little Pip. Run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco. Ash Blair! Ash Blair. The murderer from the last one. And a bottle of gin. I will pay you when I am back. David. Alright, so we have an ID on this person. This is Little Pip. And here are some fancy fucking coats. An overcoat and a hat. An overcoat and a hat. A box of cigars. Little Pip seems to have stolen one. Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I am certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to dinner on April 8th at my manor. Sincerely, Edmund Cloudsley. Dear Mary, here's something for your diary from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Peter Batley. Is Peter Batley the one writing all these stupid love poems, by the way? Because if he is, he needs to fucking stop. A syringe with some liquid left in it. Okay. Alright, so we can go up or we can go this way. Let's go up. Oh, here's the dinner party. This is horrible! An embroidered handkerchief. I was going to say she could be the only woman, but it looks like the dead person is also a woman. Roast. Red liquid. Amber liquid. A cigar. Whoever sat here is a cigar person. Salad. Red liquid. Salad. Roast. Red liquid. Cloudy liquid. Clear liquid. An untouched salad. Untouched cloudy liquid. Yellow liquid. And a partially eaten salad. I'm sure this will come into play later. It's poison! Nobody touch a thing and nobody move. I'll send for a doctor right away. Ah yes, this is Edmund Cloudsley. We've seen him before, so we know what he looks like, and he's got his fancy hanky. We've got some keys here, looks like. So this is Edmund Cloudsley. We got that. She does seem rather unwell. It's extremely upsetting. 4 pounds and a shilling. This lady is not breathing and her face is blotched. Oh, it's what's-her-face? Rose Cloudsley, or whatever her name is. Rose... Crap, I can't remember what her last name is, but I'm sure it will come up. But she's got her fan and her 6 rings. You killed my aunt, you devil! I should execute you on the spot! And this is Peter Batley, who I remember. Pack of cards, 2 pounds, and a fork. We've got water, roast, a salad, brandy, wine, lemonade, and peptic tonic. Oh my lord, this has nothing to do with me. Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner and I will slip you a shilling. Peter. Okay, so that's a hint as to who sat where. And he does indeed have a shilling, so presumably he sat the pretty lady whose name is Mary. This is Mary. Next to Peter Batley. Got that. Some keys, and another key, and note to self. If you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey will make you feel better. Alright, let's investigate some other rooms here. So here is the, here's the bit here. Blank blank wanted blank blank dead. Therefore, blank blank poisoned the blank and hid the necessary key in a blank. At the dinner party, blank blank ingested the poison and died. I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to be putting there. Maybe it's who's sleeping where? Idol! There's the frickin' idol again. Well, well, Edmund. You seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those whom you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord Dorridge Bridges. This is like a really unsexy Bridgerton. Edmund Cloudsley. Once again, you have failed to answer our requisition. This is the last warning you will receive. Your transgressions against us demand amends. Your only course of action you have is to surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance for repentance, serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you from the Brotherhood of Masks. Ooh, creepy. The revolution will come for the likes of you, crooked bastard. Soon you will pay for your sins against honest common folk with your blood. Final Vanguard. Dear Uncle, I hear that you are interested in Lady Richards. I think you were too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me 300 pounds. It is small change to you, and I am desperately in need of it at present. Truly yours, Peter Batley. Lady Richards. So this would be Lady Mary Richards. And we know that her father also came to dinner. So I will assume this is Lord Richards, whatever his name is. Mrs. Baker's starting date. 1787, August 1st. Position, housemaid. Yearly wage, £9. Dear Edmund, this cannot continue. Since my return and move from Sebastian's Manor, he has asked for financial support 7 times. He is clearly unable to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, my dear brother. Rose Cubert. So Rose Cubert is the woman we remembered from last time, with her fancy stuff, her little fan and everything. And she's the dead woman. Though, all we know is that Rose Cubert ingested the poison and died. We don't know if she was the person who they wanted dead. I have a working theory, but we'll see how it pans out. I'm thinking Peter Batley wanted Uncle Edmund dead to go after his money and the woman. But that's just me. Dear Edmund, I like your idea. Let's send him to the colonies where his violent nature will make him feel more at home. I hear you're having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father Lothar. I've never heard the name Lothar in the context of anything that wasn't high fantasy, so that's exciting. If Peter and I were to join you, we could beguile him with tales of adventures in the colonies so we can ship him away. Sincerely, Rose Cubert. So this is Lothar Richards, Mary Richards' father. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. Here's peptic tonic, and here's opium. This has a blue lock on it, worth noting. Platonello, Ideal Republic, Visions of a Utopia with Order and Structure. Abraham Anderton, Secret Codes. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Consider this as a simple example. Money has, as a terminator of value, has evolved and changed a lot. Still in savvy hands, it is a powerful tool. MHCH? STTED? Those ciphers don't mean shit. Yet. Here's a locked door. 4 shillings and a penny. I will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense again. EC. This is the servants' quarters. The Laceless Count, the besmirched lover of Lusitania. And a knife! So... we know that Mrs. Baker's starting date was August 1st. Hang on. So it's 1788 now. And her starting date was 1787. Like a year ago. So she's only been here a year. Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your own appearances. So depending on how hot you are. A pair of twig dolls and a partially pink liquid. Partially empty. Interesting. Star Child. Remember to take the 4th one from every row. A stack of candles, an ink pot, 3 shillings and 2 pence. Another locked door. Ah! Okay, we got more servants. There's a lot going on in this one. Like, a lot going on in this one, to the point that we only have half an hour left, and I'm not sure I'll solve it today. Monkey Man 1 versus Striped Darkhand. Hell yeah, more for next time. This is super fun. I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are too. Let me have a sippy real quick. Oh, man. A lot of reading aloud, but I'm here for it, and I'm digging the Regency music. Monkey Man 2, Tooth for Tooth. Is that a key? Maybe. A small bottle full of amber liquid. Pennies, a handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. Another key. I'm thinking maybe the key was hidden in a mattress, because I'm seeing multiple keys in mattresses here so far. But who sleeps up here? Locked door. Set of lockpicks. Ash Blair's finest tobacco. A gun! A knife! David. Clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. Ooh. Oh no, where you at that's got poopy internet connection, Sheena? You out on an adventure? So, David lives here. In this room here. Second from the bottom. So we've got that. Oh, your house! Well, that's fair. Candles. April 7th. Dear Diary, this has been an ordinary day. Oh, fiber's coming to your neighborhood soon. That's sweet. I think we have fiber as an option. I just haven't looked into it. I really should. This has been an ordinary day, mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. The dinner event was April 8th. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all these years I have loyally worked here. Every amazing people are streaming today. I don't know about that. The Fox says, this is a fantastic game. I'm having a blast. And also, happy birthday, badass. I hope you've had a good one so far. It is a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to my master about it tomorrow. Alright, so whoever slept in this room here wanted a raise. Hortius, the wise slave. Fables about rulers that make you think. Things that make you go, hmm. Pounded 2 shillings and some ink. Print paint. Down with parasites. Too long have they feasted on our blood and sweat. I love this. I love this. This is the good shit right here. I'm glad it's been good. Door to the outside is not locked. Of course I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you are itching to continue reading that salacious novel. So Lucia is the one who's reading the romance novel. You going to a party? Hell yeah. Very nice. A key. Dear Ada, I have to use this letter to share good news. There's no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations, and you will no longer be a target of baseless gossip. Hydrate? You got it, badass. I do need to hydrate. I've been talking so much. I will not be speaking, like, the remainder of the day. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward over our poor souls. Alright, so... this would be Ada's room. Or, Lucia's room, because Lucia is the one reading naughty novels. Where's the name Lucia? Ah. Thank you, dear. Oh. No, I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. Okay, so Brian would be the dude serving up on the top floor. The dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Prepare roasted boar. Young Miss Richards appears to not enjoy meat, therefore prepare some alternative side dish. Okay, so... any room... any spot that has meat on it cannot be Mary's. We've got that. But there's more than one, so... Alright, here's the cellar. 3 loaves of bread, some lemons, potatoes, flour, water, veggies, and meat. All shit you would expect to find in a larder. Wine, more wine, and brandy. Mrs. Smith. 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast, no heavy food for dinner. You are responsible for little Pip doing all his errands. So Mrs. Smith would be the cook here, I'm assuming, the one doing the cooking. And we determined that's Lucia Smith. This would be Lucia Smith, and this would be Ada. Mr. Walker, I am to be woken up and dressed at 7 a.m. I expect to receive my daily newspaper by noon. Alright, so Mr. Walker would be this fellow here. The steward. So it would be David Walker. Got that. Mrs. Baker. Ada. Ada Baker. 2 or fewer slots are incorrect, so I'm clearly onto something here. Maybe these 2 are backwards. Nope. Show me what is incorrect. Ah, Mr. Walker's name is incorrect. Got it. So we just need to figure out Mr. Walker's first name here. It's not David. Mrs. Baker, I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day, twice on the days I have visitors. David Gorin's job requires that he may arrive or leave during the night. No complaining about this. David Gorin is the coachman. We remember that from the beginning. To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. So Mrs. Smith has been here the longest. Lucia Smith, I think, has been here the longest. But the person who's been here the longest has the... Ah. Some keys in a bag. Interesting. Okay, so we've made our full rounds of the house here. Brian. That's a dude's first name. It's Brian, not David. Okay, so we've got the identities filled in, at least. We've got that. I think one of the servants probably did an Edmund Cloudsley. Because one of the servants was going to ask him for a raise. So I can only imagine that he said no. Now, what was poisoned? Let's go back to the dining room and have a look at what was poisoned. Clear liquid. The only one who had clear liquid is this one. Everyone else only said yellow liquid and a partially eaten salad. Untouched salad. Cloudy liquid untouched. I think Rose sat here. Maybe. This is someone who smoked cigars. I'm thinking. Water. Perhaps the water was poisoned. Poisoned the water and hid the key in a... Hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. This is where we found the opium. So I think the opium is what did her in. I think that was the poison. Syringe with some liquid left in it. Where do we find a blue key? We need to see where a blue key is hidden. I'm guessing maybe the key was hidden in a bag. So let's see. Who could have done it? Lucia Smith seems pretty sus. Though it was Ada Smith. Or Mary Smith. Yeah. No, Lucia Smith was the one who had been here the longest. I'm gonna take a guess and say Lucia Smith did it. She looks sus. Nope. Alright, let's see what I've got wrong. Okay, so what I have wrong is the person who did it and the drink that was poisoned. So it's not Lucia Smith. Let me go look at the table positioning again here. Who else has something that nobody else does? Lemonade! The lemonade might have been poisoned. Poison the lemonade. Perhaps it was Ada Baker who did it? Maybe? The lemonade was not poisoned either, but Ada Baker is the one who did the poisoning. What else did someone eat that nobody else did? Partially eaten salad, partially eaten roast, salad. Cloudy liquid. Untouched cloudy liquid. Ah, it was the tonic. The tonic that did it. The peptic tonic was poisoned. Now, who wanted him dead? Perhaps it's that old man, the steward, Brian Walker. He did have that, Alright, so Brian Walker's not the one who did it either. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why would they have mentioned David Gorin at all and used him as a possible suspect if, as like a name you can fill in, if he wasn't like the murderer? This is a Chekhov's gun situation right here. That's what this is. This is Chekhov's gun. Chekhov's David Gorin. You know Chekhov's gun, right? If there's a gun on stage in the first act, that it has to be used by the end of the play. I'm brilliant. This probably isn't right either, but I'm brilliant. Nope! Who the fuck else could it be? It could be Peter Batley. He is a pretty fucked up dude. Nope. Maybe Mary Richards wanted him dead. I wouldn't fault her for that, honestly. She's a young woman with some dude getting into her business. How about her dad? Maybe her dad wanted him dead. Nope. Final Vanguard. No? Oh, come on. I am running out of ideas. Wait, wasn't he threatened by some dude? George Bridges. Yes, George Bridges was the one who actually wrote him a fucking death threat. Wait a tick. Ada was the one who put the poison into the lemonade. And it seems as though perhaps a member of Parliament got her husband off the hook for stealing money from the church. I bet it was Lord George Bridges. Oh, come on! This is a really tough one. Final Vanguard, Peter Batley, Stewards. David. I'm gonna need to use a hint. I'm gonna have to cave and use a hint. I hate it, but I'm gonna have to do it. A gentle suggestion, dear friend. To find out what the victim consumed, you should work out where everyone was sitting. Some do not eat meat, some do not eat alcohol, some have requested to be seated next to a particular guest. Of course, only the highborn or guest, no servant is welcome at the table. Alright. Alright. So we know that the tonic was what was poisoned. And there were only two people who could have had the tonic. Rose Cubert would be one of them. And the other, who didn't drink the tonic, would be Edmund Cloudsley. Edmund is also the one drinking water, which makes sense, actually, because a letter from his doctor said that he should not be drinking alcohol. Alright. So now we have lemonade and a salad, which I believe would probably belong to Mary... What's her last name again? Richards. Yes. Mary Richards. Because she doesn't eat meat, and she's young, as was pointed out very obnoxiously. Then we would have Peter Batley next to her, because he paid off the steward to seat him next to Mary Richards. And that leads Lothar Richards. Perfect! Alright. Okay, so we got that done. We know who was sitting where. Now, how about the beds? Okay, so Brian Walker, I want to say, was down at the bottom here. Ada Smith is the newest one, I believe. She was just hired last year. Though I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know! Give me a hint. Imagine this, my friend. Someone might have informed the poisoner in a cryptic manner. If you find someone whose quarters seem suspicious, I invite you to look out for secret codes. Oh! That stupid letter code. I will have to look inside books. fourth one from every row. The fourth one of every row. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Just check for sketchy letters. R A R D, no. I T U H, no. A S S, that spells ass. A S T M, no. David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. Okay, so this is David's room here. David Gorin. Was that his last name? Yeah. So who's sleeping there? Oh, Little Pip. Oh, sweet. Okay, I've got the room set up. Fantastic. Okay, so I got all the optional shit tackled. Oh, I wonder if Little Pip did it. That seems silly, though. But it's as good a guess as any. Yeah, no. Who wants him dead? I have to look at reading material for clues. But there doesn't seem to be any reading material to provide me with a clue. The fourth one from every row. No. Who wanted... Who the hell is doing love potions, though? Like, what's going on here? Let me look at all these letters and see if I can figure out. I need another hint. This is... help? Someone might have informed the poisoner in a cryptic manner. If you find someone whose quarters seem suspicious, I invite you to look out for secret codes. The first word of every line. Okay, let's look at the fourth words of lines here. Take the fourth word from every row. Alright, this is hard, and I'm struggling, but... So Ada was the one who did the poisoning. We've got that. 1, 2, use substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward. Steward Darkhand. What? Come on! Steward. Hang on. Steward. There's a letter in the trash about Steward. Brotherhood of Masks, Steward. I am struggling. I don't know, man. I am struggling here. Oof. A small question, dear friend. If you have identified the substance that contained the poison, you should consider where it was stored and who could have accessed it. Ah! So the tonic was what was poisoned, and we need to see who had the blue key, perhaps. Who has a blue key in their possession? Now he does, but he was the intended target. The steward also has it. We already guessed Brian Walker is the killer, didn't we? Like, I'm pretty sure we already guessed that. Yeah, we already guessed that. Good lord. I've unlocked all hints and I still have nothing. Maybe it was Peter Batley? No. Mary Richards, maybe? No. No. I must be missing something. Use substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward. Oh, Dark Hand Steward. Okay. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. Just I didn't realize it was Dark Hand Steward and not Steward Dark Hand. I'm fine. I got it. I got it. I missed a star shower, but I got it. I got it. I had to think. I had to use my brain meats. Ada Baker received in code instructions from Dark Hand Steward to poison Edward Cloudsley. She used her ability to move freely in the rooms while cleaning and made a copy of the medicine cabinet key. She used a syringe to poison a sealed peptic tonic bottle. However, during the party, Rose asked for a tonic and drank it first and died from the poison. All right, it is 8:30, or just about. So, when we come back on Monday, we will continue with this. Oh, this is very fun, though. And then we've got other stuff, too, after all this. This is a good time. I am having a good time. I hope you're all having a good time, because I am having fun. I am genuinely enjoying this game. It is delightful, even though that last one just... I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out. Oh, hello. Frank has come to say hi. Hey, Frankie boy. So yeah, we will be back on Monday, all things being equal. Hopefully all things will be very equal. On Monday, I'll be doing more of this, and on Wednesday, we're gonna try again to do the, yeah, my Frankie boy. On Wednesday, my husband and I are gonna try again to do, the stream together of 7 Days to Die. Hopefully, he did fall and hurt his back the other day, so, you know, and I wasn't feeling well either, so we just kind of decided to table it for next week. But, yeah. Thank you all for coming out. Really appreciate it, as always. Thank you for sticking by me, even though I've been, you know, sick and dealing with all that. It's really, really appreciated. But yeah. Yeah, see you soon. Yep, have a good weekend. Bye-bye, everyone.